it's become a kind of meme in certain sections of the media that Me Too has gone too far. So you hear it said quite a lot or written quite a lot, not least by women actually saying Me Too. And that means actually that what Me Too means to people is no longer just the hashtag. And in fact, it's not no longer just the, I say just, because actually it was the most significant thing about it in many ways. It's no longer the recounting of experience by people as if to say, a lot of us have been through this, and that's the thing that you have to do preparatory to saying, and a lot of us aren't going to put up with it anymore. And that's the second part of the Me Too. The problem with people's understanding of Me Too has become lies in two areas really. First, we don't have an agreement always about what constitutes bad sexual politics and bad sexual behaviour. In other words, this is contested ground and is incredibly difficult, and we come to agreements about it with incredible difficulty. And some of those agreements that we come to are done in the face of assumptions, particularly that older people, but not just, have made about the world for the whole of their lives, and are now effectively being told, well, actually, you know that kind of thing that you thought was etiquette between a man and a woman, or it was all right to kind of, make this kind of lewd comment because women quite like it. It's like the famous whistle by the builder. Well, actually, what we're telling you now is that this constitutes a form of unacceptable behaviour. And not only that, following on that, if you indulge in this unacceptable behaviour, you can expect a response, and at worst, and this is part of the problem on campuses as well, you can expect to be sanctioned, because campuses these days are very highly into sanctioning and so on. And you can understand why to a certain extent. So those are the two elements, and then you get the further element, which is the Me Too, which is supposedly about Me Too, which is about naming people who are supposed to have done things and so on in the name of Me Too, although actually it's not essential to the business of creating a hashtag and saying I was involved in that as well. So actually what Me Too has become, when people talk about it, is not just that. They think of it, people tend to think of it as a movement and a whole series of very kind of complex responses to what is in any case an incredibly complex area. And as if that wasn't difficult enough, we now have this, for people who aren't aware of it, this battle raging about transgenderism and self-definition, which adds an additional level of complexity to it. So probably best to keep that separate for the moment. But all I'm saying is that we are now in highly contested territory. People would have agreed once about what they thought rape was. It was quite a limited thing, and so on. Well, in other words, it seemed, when I was a young man, it seemed relatively clear what rape was. Okay, someone said no, you said yes, and that was kind of how people tended to define it. We don't look at it in that way anymore, rightly.